The Brdy Hills, south of the Czech capital Prague, are generally a quiet place, but the region is becoming a center of political controversy. It's here, in a former military training area, that the U.S. government wants to position a radar base as part of an anti-missile shield. Together with missile interceptors to be located in Poland, the system is meant to defend against threats to the United States and its allies. In Prague, the United States has managed to win the Czech government's preliminary support for the plan, as Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Vondra confirmed at a recent security conference.
It's about the alliance. We should keep alliance strong. We should keep the allies together. If there is a drift between America and Europe, this is definitely not what we want to have here.
Vondra was not concerned about the lack of public support for the radar base.
The Czechs are traditional skeptics, so it's nothing new under the sun. I remember that it was a lukewarm support at the beginning of the NATO debate in the 90s, and then we were able to explain that, and people started to support it. So I believe that we will change this here too.
But the government has a long way to go to change public opinion. Polls show that 3/5 of Czech voters oppose hosting a U.S. radar base, and a visit by U.S. President George W. Bush to secure Czech cooperation set off a series of protests both before and during his stop in Prague. This advanced demonstration on May 26th brought out activists of all political stripes: Greens, communists, and many others who object to what they see as a decision made by a foreign military power without much input from its far smaller ally. Organizers circulated a petition calling for a national referendum. But in the Brdy countryside, several of the small towns located closest to the proposed radar site are leading the charge by holding local referendums of their own. 5 towns have voted overwhelmingly against the base, and others are scheduled to follow with their own non-binding votes. Josef Vondrašek, the mayor of Rožmitál pod Třemšínem, explained why this town of 3,000 wants to put the issue to the public.
We want to inform the government about how happy or unhappy people are with the possibility of the radar being put here. The main thing is we believe that other towns will follow suit. I think building the radar is a downright provocation against Russia, and we're not at all enthusiastic, or most people aren't enthusiastic, that a foreign army would be located here. That's probably the most essential thing.
Residents have their own reasons for objecting to the proposed base, not always related to politics.
We don't want it at all, because there are unique forests here, and if the Americans come in, they'll destroy it, and that'll be the end for the whole area.
For me, the biggest threat is that it would be the first target of any attack. If someone wants to attack us, they'll pick that kind of installation, like a radar, to destroy first.
Though when Rožmitál holds its referendum this month, there will likely be some votes in favor of the radar base as well.
I think it's good for the sake of defense.
In principle, I'd be against it, but because the communists don't want it, I'm for it.
Regardless of the outcome of the referendums in Rožmitál and nearby towns, there seems to be little illusion among residents here that they have the power to influence the political decisions being played out in their own backyards.